Hey, Presley. My first live, so I'm getting used to this. Alyssa's joining us in just a second.
Hi!
You did it! Oh my God! Look at your hair now.
I know. A little bit different than an hour ago, huh?
Oh my God, you look fabulous. I was like,
Thanks. So do you. I'm gonna
that
have to
happens
put
when
my I'm gonna have to put it up out of the way somehow. I just haven't figured that out yet.
I think you should just leave it down. Just leave it
Leave it
down.
down? Okay.
But I guess whenever you're a hairstylist, it doesn't take you too long to make your hair look so perfect.
Okay. Well, you know what? I have like a natural wave, but it never goes like the way I want it to. So I just use a wand.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
the next one we're going to do a wand hairstyling session, right?
Okay. Perfect.
Um, Too funny. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us so far. I'm going to introduce myself, introduce Alyssa, and then we're going to take you through this awesome tutorial. I've been driving Alyssa crazy, being like, is this brush okay? Is this brush okay? What about this one? So thanks for your
No,
patience.
you have not been driving me crazy. It's been fun.
Oh, I
It's been
know.
fun this
It's
whole
true.
day. Yeah.
So those who are joining, who are new, okay, no, Alyssa told me to put some shadow on to complete the look. That's the only reason. For those who are joining from Alyssa's page who don't know me, my name is Tracy McAteer. I know it's spelled McAteer, but it's pronounced McAteer. And I'm a wedding and event manager. I own a company, Tracy McAteer Events, and we do weddings and corporate events, bridal showers, all that fun stuff. And I've known Alyssa for quite a while now, and
Yeah,
she's one of my favorite makeup artists. And for all
oh,
the makeup artists,
thanks.
you know, and for all the makeup artists who are following today, I love you all too. Don't get me wrong. But I'd like to introduce Alyssa. So if you want to tell us a little bit about your company, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, okay. So we are a luxury hair and makeup company. We're mobile, so it's myself and I have a team of 8 as well, 8 super talented artists. And we service like the greater Toronto area, also out in like Waterloo, KW, Southern Ontario, but we also really go anywhere. Because we're mobile, we go out of the, well, not now, but we usually go out of the country. We, destinations, Muskoka, really anywhere we're needed, we go. Yeah, for weddings,
Awesome.
events, private clients. So yeah, that's us.
Celebrities, you do a couple celebrities.
Yes, some local celebs, which is a lot of fun.
Awesome. By the way, as everyone knows, I have cats. If whoever follows me, I have cats. One, my door, I don't have a ghost. One just walked in, so ignore that. Okay, so we're gonna start with our eyebrows.
Yeah.
So take off the glasses.
Perfect. I left mine there. I just did like a little bit of foundation, concealer. I had some things to hide down here. I've been making a lot of homemade bread and it's been breaking me out.
Some sweets.
So I kind of left my brows like as is, and then so it's easier. Can you see me good? You can see me okay?
I can see you great.
Okay.
What about me? My bushes here. I got these like, anybody else feeling the COVID brows? Like,
yeah.
Holy moly.
The COVID brows, and then also it's also like I've been sitting in front of a mirror and just like tweezing, and I have to be like, hey, stop. Otherwise I'm gonna have no brows when I come out of
this. That's too funny. Okay, so we're going to talk about brushes, products. Start us off.
Okay, so do you want me to go through and like talk about some of the products we'll use so everyone can gather some stuff, or even just jot it down? Is that easier?
That's a good idea. Yeah,
okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so for brows, basically, we can talk about a few different things. Like if you have a brow pencil, if you have a brow gel, we can talk about powder as well. What are you going to use?
Well, I just opened this up. I forgot to take the tape off. It's like been in my drawer forever. My actual eyebrow pencil that I always use is this one here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
by MAC, and it's called Fling. And actually,
Yeah, yeah.
one, you know it. Oh,
That's a good one.
but today, because it's empty, we're going to use this one here by L'Oreal. I don't have the name of the brand, but I'll post it later. But one thing I wanted to ask you, so like these are my root colors. I'm using this as a tool. I've got dark hair. My eyebrows are pretty dark-ish. So I was more inclined to choose a eyebrow pencil that's darker. But when I went to MAC, the lady actually said, no, you should pick a lighter color. So I still don't understand why she wanted me to do that.
Okay, so because you also have, you're more blonde, right, on the ends. So the reason why is because even though like my roots a little bit, I'm hiding them, but they're a little dark here. And I always go more blonde on my brows as well. And the reason is it looks softer. So if you were to match and go dark and you have, you know, darker brows but lighter hair, the contrast is going to be really stark. So going like what your brow hair is, because really we're just going to fill it out. We're not going to really draw on that massive brow anyway. So stick to like what you are, maybe a shade lighter. You don't want it to be obvious that it's different one way or the other, but you also just want it to be more of like a complementary color instead of something that is like major brow, right? So
Gotcha.
like for you, I would definitely say stick with like a blonde or a taupe color.
Yeah. Because this is what they suggested, and that's like so light, but
Yeah.
you know what? It looks pretty natural on me. So
It does.
okay, cool.
And, okay, so I'm gonna use. I'll use a pencil. I can even show like one with a pencil and one with a gel if that's what you're interested in seeing. Just
Yeah.
so you can see the difference.
Well, yeah, but you know, I actually only know what pencil is. So like, what's gel?
Okay. So gel, there's a few different kinds.
Sorry.
So the difference with gel is it comes on, so you can get like a color. You can also do something that's just clear. What it will do, think of it like a gel in your hair, but you're putting it on your brow. So because it's all little hairs, what it will do is actually like stick them in place. So if you have like a wild brow naturally, this is just going to make sure that it's like as is for the whole day and it's not going to move.
Okay.
Right? So what a pencil will do is fill out. You can add a little bit if you'd like to. You can kind of create a shape with a gel, whether like if it's colored, it's actually going to fill it out as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to just kind of seal the deal so it lasts longer.
So do you use both sometimes?
I like to use both. Yeah. So I'll do
Okay.
a pencil and then I'll just seal it on top. I'm also a face toucher. So sometimes I'll rub my face and forget that I have makeup on. So it actually will make sure that I'm not rubbing off a brow.
Oh, that would be good. I mean, for most people, that'd be good to not lose your eyebrow halfway through the day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's learn how to fill in brows let's do pencil first.
Okay, so I'm using a Shuamora one. I've posted about it a lot. It's one of my favorites. I'm just gonna sharpen it here quickly. So kind of the idea when it comes to brows is you want to follow like some guidelines, right? So from your nose, I kind of like to put a pencil like this. This is how far you want it to come in. Then you angle it and go straight through your pupil. I know it's hard because I'm looking down at myself, but look straight on. And go to the arch. Go in the middle.
Oh, my pupil. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Straight through. That's where you want your arch to be. You can even do like little ticks if it makes it easier.
Oh.
And then go from the end of your, like the corner of your nose to the tip of your eye. Can you see that? Like right here. And this is where you want the end to be. The tail. So you don't want it to be any longer.
So okay, we're gonna get there, but I guess no, mine's pretty intact.
Yeah.
So what if your eyebrows are short? Are you drawing it in like longer? Is that what you would do?
Just a tiny, tiny bit, right?
Okay.
Just to make it so it really shapes your face.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, makes sense.
So what I like to do is because I've kind of put ticks. Have you seen that? I put a tick here. We can do a tick here. And this is where mine's going to end. What I like to do is draw on like actual little hairs. So I just do making sure your pencil is sharp enough. Just like little lines, tiny little lines, and use a light hand. Don't be like too heavy, too quick. Yeah, and go upward. what you want to do is mimic how hair actually grows. So if you look at your brows, the hair here grows up, and then it starts to kind of, you know, turn downwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Well, this is a new pencil, so I'm just kind of getting used to her. She's a little wonky.
You gotta maybe warm it up a little bit. If it's like super fresh, warm it up on your hand just a little bit. It'll glide on
these little tips.
Yeah.
Look at these tips. This is great.
That's what we're here for.
Okay.
So it depends how dramatic you want to be. Yeah, that looks good. I would even do like right here.
Okay.
Make it
I'm
like
just gonna get my new.
You can not square it off, but as light as you can, just so that it gives as much shape as possible. There you go.
Just with the ticks too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to the tail, I even like to, for me, I like to square this out just a little bit. That looks great. If you have a spoolie brush, like, do you know what that is?
Nope.
Okay. Like a little mascara. It looks like a little mascara wand.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so
my new one has one on the end.
They're perfect. The first thing you could do is brush them up. I skipped that. Sorry.
Okay, so that would, yeah, there we go.
Find out where.
So we want.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Oh, look at them.
Yeah. There we go.
Gotta find a brow specialist to do this.
A good thing is you can keep kind of running it through even after you've done the pencil, just so that it takes off any excess. Yeah. And when you come to...
I went in a little longer there on my point at the end of my brow. But
okay, so take your little brush again and just brush it right off.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a really great, like, this is a really good little tool to have. It gets rid of a lot of little mistakes if you like don't like how something's looking.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So what I do when I get to the tail is, can you see that? I just drag it.
Drag it, okay.
And let it almost like taper right off your face. And kind of lift it. Yep, there. Yeah.
So let's see a difference here if your viewers want to see. So I think maybe I've like rounded it a little bit too much, but definitely looks better.
You know what it does? It looks more full. I think it looks great.
You know, it's when I brushed everything up like you said, and it really actually added. Look at my face is completely lopsided right now because I brushed this side up. I'm not holding my. I'm not doing this.
Get it back.
Cool.
It lifts your face, right? Especially like right here at the arch when you concentrate on that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, cool.
Okay. Are we gonna do the other side, or do you want me to show you some gel?
Yeah, let's do. Well, I don't have any gel, but I'll continue doing my eyebrow while you show everybody your gel.
Perfect. So there's clear gel, and then this one here is colored. These are mine, so I'm going to use them right on. These are actually their Essence, which I love that brand. Do you know it? No.
Where do you get that one? That brand?
So I get it at Shoppers, and it's usually on like an end corner, kind of tucked away. But they actually have really amazing stuff, and they're very, very affordable. Like I think like $2 affordable, like for each one.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, and they're actually really great. So I take a little bit off just because you don't want to go like too strong too quick. So for this, you could brush your brow up first if you wanted to, or just go right in. And I'll show you the difference. Can you see this okay?
Mm-hmm.
See how it's like holding right in place? It's not going to give as much of like a filled in look as
Alicia.
Can you see okay?
Alicia says, I never get my brows to be the same.
That is the trick. But
Love
people say that they're sisters, not twins. Right? That's what they say.
Oh, I like that. They're sisters, not twins. Perfect.
Yes. You're never gonna, you know what? It makes us more human if they're not identical. There. See the difference?
Can you look straight on? Can you look straight dead at the...
This one looks a bit more diffused and natural, whereas this, it's drawn on a little bit.
Totally. Yep. Yeah. I see it.
Two different.
Okay. So yeah, I definitely have sisters, not twins, but you know, I think I put too much here in this one. Maybe I'll do what you said.
Yeah.
Just
So if
kind
you
of
feel like
flake
you've
it.
done a little, then just give it a brush right off.
Hmm.
It's a good way to get rid of
Cool.
something that you don't love.
Love it. I hope you guys don't mind my blue mirror here. It's like my husband's plastic mirror. Whatever. I told you it's things you have in your house. We don't need anyone to go buy anything. You know,
Exactly.
Alyssa has this like, you have this beautiful mirror. I was like putting me to shame. I'm like, oh well, whatever.
Oh my gosh. If you actually it looks are deceiving. It's from like a secondhand store and it's plastic. But it looks really pretty.
That's too funny. It is
Are you
pretty.
talking about
And
my
it
mirror
doesn't,
that I showed you earlier?
yes.
Yeah.
I'm just
It
checking in
looks
to see
like
if we have
really
any questions.
fancy, but it's plastic.
You know what? No one would know. I'm just seeing if we
Nobody
have
would
any
know.
questions. So, well, we will
Okay.
be taking questions throughout, guys. So if you have any questions, please leave us a question on here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna even these guys out just a little bit. So see how I'm adding on top? And it see how the hairs are like kind of standing in place?
Mm-hmm. So note to self, get gel. So Essence is the brand.
So there's a few different brands you can get. Anastasia Beverly Hills is known for her brows.
Mm-hmm.
Her stuff is great. NYX or NYX, however you say it. A lot of brands have really great brow products. I like this one because it works and it's cheap. Like it's little, so you go through it a lot. You go through it pretty quickly if you're using it every day. But I like it. I think it's like a really good comparable product to the other ones.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shall we go into contouring? Start
Okay.
moving into that?
Yes. There we go. Okay. Are you ready
Love
with
it.
some brushes?
Yeah, I am ready with brushes. So products and brushes we're going to go over.
Yes. Let's go back to that. I feel like we didn't chat about that yet. So,
Oh, actually, sorry, I have a question. This has like been top of my mind. Okay, so how do we get rid of the foundation strap? You ever seen like what are the tricks to blend down into the neck? And I've also seen you guys use a brush that's like very flat on the top, and you use like a brush for something that's sort of wet. So that's interesting.
yeah, so that's actually something that I really like to use anyway for foundation is brushes. Sometimes I use the Beauty Blender to give like a really soft look, but I'm totally a brush kind of girl. So these ones are actually my favorites. They are, why am I blanking? Let me find them. Anyway, Real Techniques brushes. So these were designed by makeup artists called Pixie Woo was their name and their sisters. And they're amazing and they're cheap. Like this one I've had for a long time and it's now starting to fall apart, but I've had it for a really long time. Same with this. So you could really use either. It doesn't have to be flat, but a good way to get rid of that is when you're actually putting on foundation, buffing it into the skin, and don't forget about going down your neck.
With a brush, like literally with a brush.
Yeah, with your brush. Like if you want to use your fingers to put foundation on or whatever, that's great. Use whatever works for you. And then at the end, go in with something that these are called dual fibers. So it's synthetic on the top. So makeup doesn't fall into it. So you really just get to buff it out. So
I shouldn't use this
afterwards and then like buff it right down.
I'm gonna use it anyway. So, because like right now I can even tell that like I'm not like you can like my line's like kind of there. I pulled all my foundation down, but it's
pull
definitely
it all down. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good to know.
If you have a foundation that's slightly off, like that's okay. Still use it. You could even use something that's a touch lighter and mix it into that so that it matches better.
Okay, that's interesting. And what about like I've actually seen some people with like a crazy foundation strap. Sorry, I'm calling it the foundation strap. Are they choosing a tone that's probably probably too dark for them, right?
Yeah, like if it's noticeably different, then it's not the right match, right? And it can be hard. I understand it can be hard to match up perfectly. So what I always recommend is when you're looking for foundations, take the time, and go into a store that you feel comfortable that you can do some testers, like where they're monitored. So you know that they're clean, right? So I always like to do a little line. Let me just see here. I'm going to show you quick. This one is the one I have on today. It's True Match, which I really love. L'Oreal True Match. I think you have it on too. Right?
I do. I actually just lightened up my color since I haven't seen any sun. I'm using Warm 2, W2 now.
W2, let me see. We might be the same color. Oh no, I'm N2. So I'm a little bit more
N2.
I'm a little bit yellow. So what I always like to do is kind of put, can you see this? Don't mind the blue right out right there. So I do like a little stripe test. And
I think it's kind of,
can you see?
Sorry, go ahead.
When you can't really see it, like, and it's melting into your skin, that's the right match. And then you can just kind of buff out the edge. But if you see it like really noticeably into your neck, then it's not the right color, right? Yeah,
because I can barely see your color. Like I can't, like you're putting it on, you're like, can you see that? And it's like, well, no, I can barely see it because it is a match.
That's what you want. If it disappears, then it's the right color. If you can see the stripe and it goes all the way down and you can see it on your neck, it's not the right color. So even just do like a few side by sides. But if you have something at home, like you can still use it, but maybe get something a little bit lighter, like more that would be your winter or not seeing the sun color, and then just mix them together so that you at least get use out of it. You don't have to throw them away, right?
Right. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Okay, so I am so excited about the contouring part.
Yes. My favorite thing. Okay.
I just put all my products in front of me.
So if anyone's at home and you want to follow along, I'm going to give out some things that you need, okay? Get a highlighter, whatever one you have. I'm going to use, I'm going to try to just stick to this one. This is the Anastasia Contour Kit. My color is light to medium that I have, but it's also like kind of gone because I love this thing. But so I'm going to try to scrounge and scrape what I have left of this highlighter, if there's any. I'm going to use those contours, but if you have a bronzer, that's a great one.
Yeah, this is MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Redhead. My mother's a redhead. Interesting. I didn't even know. I didn't choose this.
I love it. I'm gonna use some Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is Ambreezy. She has I don't know how to do this. Anyway, it's like really shiny. So I'm probably gonna use this on top just to like glow it up. I don't know why it's not shiny. Anyway. So I would get that if you have a contour or a palette, anything, highlight, contour, or even a bronzer. I can show you how to use that. And a blush, if you have any blush at home. And then some, that's so pretty. So pretty.
This is like Coral. Milani Coral Cove.
Perfect. I'll use something similar. This one is NARS. It's called Orgasm.
Orgasm.
Yeah, all the names are low racy on that company.
Alrighty then.
Should have ran that by you first.
The PG broadcast. I love it.
So then we're gonna add some brushes. So I like angled brushes, but anything that's kind of fluffy. Yeah, love that. So we'll use that for our contour. For highlight, you could use something similar. I really like using small brushes for highlight.
I got this one. I just got like a set a while ago. So I haven't even used them yet. They're brand new.
Ooh, okay. I love like that kind of size is great. Something that you can really control, right? You can control where it goes. And then blush, I would use something, again, kind of fluffy. It could be angled. I'm going to use this little dome guy.
Okay.
So 3 brushes. That's all we need.
I actually have I call this the nub. Don't mind my no manicure. I'm gonna I use this for literally. This is how I do my bronzer. I literally just put it. Sorry, I literally just put it like this. This is all I do. I put it on. I go like this. I go like this. So excited to see what you're gonna show me here.
Yeah. Okay. So the nub has a name. It's called a kabuki brush. I have one too.
Okay. That's awesome. Actually, it says that kabuki
right now, but it's somewhere here.
Oh, we actually have a question. Can you suggest a good versatile set for highlighting and contouring?
Yeah. So the Anastasia one that I showed, it is coming to an end, and I haven't purchased another. But this one is great because these are typical. Like you have one by MAC, and it's very
Yeah, I have
similar.
this one. But do you mean I think the question may have been for brushes? Oh, you see my note paper on there. I've got this one.
Yeah. So that's great. NYX has a great one. And Anastasia has a great one because it comes in a set already. If you're talking about highlighting and contouring products themselves, not the brushes.
Okay.
Then those are what I would recommend. If you're talking about brushes, like the ones that I was talking about, Real Techniques, they do come in packs. MAC also has really great brushes. I'm trying to think what would be the easiest at this point in time. Sephora has tons of collections of brushes as well.
Okay. Well, I was honestly picking up a prescription at Shoppers a week ago when I thought about doing this new thing, and I picked these up. These are by Quo.
Yeah.
It's literally just a Shoppers Drug Mart brand, I think, and it had these 4 brushes in it. So
in a pack. That's
in a pack, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know they had packs, so that's amazing.
Okay, contour me.
Okay, so let's start with I would go with let's keep it easier. Go with like the lighter color. So mine's gonna be the middle. Nothing that's too yellow, like too orangey undertone, because we want it.
Can you show me that again? Sorry.
Yeah. Let me know if you can't see. So this one looks a little like taupier.
Okay.
A little bit more cool tone. So I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm just
I'm using my blush brush.
Yeah, perfect. So with contouring, I like to think of it as, I don't know which direction you're seeing this, but an E or a 3.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm gonna start kind of where my hairline dips, where it recedes just a little bit, and I'm gonna go really light. I like to do more like light-handed. Hold on, I'm just gonna dust a little off and circle it really lightly and go along your hairline. Can you see that? And down to your temple. So let's start there. Yeah. So now to find where your cheekbone is, because we want to go, I know kind of to think, okay, we go under the cheekbone, but you really want to go on the cheekbone. If you go under, it's going to be a little bit too low, and it's going to make your face look a little bit longer. To like look lifted, right? The whole purpose of contouring and highlighting is to create that dimension on your face and give like more of a fresh look, right?
Right.
So if you're not sure how to find where a good place to put it is, take the end of your brush and run it kind of where, what is this called? Your ear. Tragus? This is tragus, right? And
oh, wow.
Feel where it dips under.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah. Yeah,
so
mine's like all the way down here.
Get in there. Yeah, so don't go any lower than this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, that's perfect. I'm not gonna lie, like I constantly, I think my bronzer really goes down to like here most days. So that's really good to know that it shouldn't go below.
That's a really common thing, right? Because you're like, okay, where's my cheekbone? I'm gonna go under, and then you end up kind of contouring here, right? You really want to contour right here.
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling it in from the end inward.
Yeah, so I go in and out, kind of like, I don't know if you can see how light I'm doing, but like barely where the brushes are, like I'm not pushing too hard, just a touch. And I kind of like almost do like a U. So I am going here, just a touch. Yeah. So it's kind of like if you were to smile, you have a little bit here. Because think of it as like you also want it to look natural, where if you had a tan, where the sun would naturally hit you are those spots, right?
Right.
So
do I have enough on for now?
Do a little bit more, like go in to almost where like the color ends in your eye.
Like into here?
Yes. There.
Light, light, light. Oh, look at that little flicker. I like that. Perfect.
See how that actually like cups it and looks like instantly my face looks on this side like more dimension.
Totally. Me too.
It goes up a little, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can take a little bit more. And then I go under the chin. This is another, you want to make sure you don't get that, I was going to call it chin strap. What do you, the foundation strap?
Foundation strap.
You don't want a bronzer strap. So bring it down and then kind of buff it down your neck. Yeah, so you don't want it to look obvious, right? The whole point of the contouring is to have it there, but buff it in enough that it looks really soft. And I always like to go under. I get a double chin. So I like to go under here to pop it out a little bit.
Love it. Okay, cool. It's a huge difference. Totally flat.
Do you want me to leave one of my sides not done so we can look at it after, or do you want me to do both?
Yeah, no, you know what, let's do that even for time's sake. Let's just do one side.
Yeah. And then it depends if you want more. Like if you want to go heavier on your contour, just add a little bit more.
Okay.
Almost taking it like this, but small shaped, like rounding back and forth. There.
This way.
Yes.
Oh, this way.
Up and down. Like I'm actually kind of drawing as if I'm envisioning being lifted. Pretty. Yeah. Pretty.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so a nose contour. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Yes.
So 2 things you could do. If you want to do a soft nose contour, I use the same brush and I'll actually just pinch it so it looks a little smaller. And then run it down the side. So actually from like here down, and I'll run it down the side of the nose on both sides and then on the top so that it doesn't look empty.
I'm gonna get some more. I closed my pack.
There you go. Another thing you could do if you wanted a deeper contour is just use a smaller eyeshadow brush.
Oh, okay. I'll have to clean it first because it's got like dark brown on it. That'd be hilarious.
But this works pretty,
cool.
right? Like it makes it look natural without being too much.
Yeah, definitely.
You want me to show you on myself how to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go, I start in the middle so that it doesn't get too crazy up here. You don't really want it to be that noticeable going up into the brow, but you do want it to be connected just a little bit. So go back and forth all the way down to the tip of your nose on both sides. You don't want it to be like empty in any spots.
And do underneath. Okay.
Yeah. And where I like to actually contour on, at least on myself, is kind of like right in here. That's where I start it and concentrate most.
It's funny, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I'm sure anyone who's following at home can kind of see the difference on themselves if you're looking in the mirror. And I see the difference a lot more and realized after doing my makeup in the camera, I looked at myself and I was like, whoa.
The camera, it always looks different than in person. Like I'm sure when I just keep adding and adding, I'll go upstairs to natural light and be like, holy moly.
Hey, Vanessa. Awesome. Okay, cool.
How do you feel about the contour part?
I think that works. So we're just for anyone who's joining. So you don't go below where it dips in here. Stay on the bone, and the E is what we've learned from this.
So an E or a 3, and don't forget the temple. I find it just and kind of like buffing it out, right? Even if you're like, okay, I'm not sure if I've blended it well enough, you could even just take a fluffy brush if you have one that doesn't have anything on it, or like dust this off a little bit, and go in and just blend out the edges because you don't want it to look too obvious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited about this blush. Beautiful.
So next is highlighter. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go, like, you can go.
Oh, next is highlighter. Sorry. I jumped the gun on the blush.
I use
Okay.
blush as, and I'm sure everybody does a little bit different. I use my blush as more of like a topper.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try using this. I might need to switch to my Emrezy one if it's not gonna show as much. Highlighting is my favorite thing on the planet to do. Oh, I lost
We're back.
you. We're back.
Are you in my back?
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So where I like to place this is above the brow. I like to give like the illusion of it kind of being lifted.
Okay.
On top of your cheekbone as well, but not where the contour is. So we leave this and I do right on top. And I bring it almost to like where the color then starts, or like your pupil, if that's the easiest way to think. You can do the tip of your nose.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
what the purpose of highlighting is it brings all the high parts of your face outwards and makes that more obvious, and the contour makes more depth.
Got you.
Okay.
That makes sense. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to use a soft brush and just buff it up.
So if I have like this sounds maybe a stupid question. This is like, multicolors. I'm just like using the whole thing, right?
Sure.
Or do I stay on one side? Like, do I just move it all around, or should I like just get this side? Like, how do these palette things work? I mean, I kind of know, but for our viewers.
So if you use the whole thing, it's going to have a bit more of a pinky tint.
Yeah.
Right? So it depends what kind of look you're going for. If you want like that soft, glowy look where you might not have to add more blush on top of that, then you could just give it and go through all of it. If you wanted to keep it a little bit brighter and make it stand out just a touch more, just use the side that's lighter.
Okay. I just blew it off, like all the stuff, and then I'm going to use just the goldy side because I feel like this is really pink, and I don't know what you're going to do with me with this one. So using gold.
Yes. And you're not a blush person, so don't go too crazy on the pink. Just stick to the gold.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So you said just up here? Oh, up here.
Yeah. So I like to add it just above. The way that I think of highlight is I want to look, or when I do somebody's makeup, I want them to look like they're just really hydrated. So don't go something too sparkly, but enough that like they look like, wow, their skin is so fresh.
Dewy? Is this how you do the dewy look?
This is how you do the dewy look.
Okay, cool.
So keeping it a little bit like where you would actually naturally look more glowy if you put on a lot of moisturizer. And your skin was really hydrated. So that's where I like to do it. Can you see it? There.
Yeah. Is that, and then I get
on top of my cheekbone. You could, if you wanted, think of it like a little C shape. If that's going to be the easiest way to remember. See that?
Ooh, pretty.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's right.
And I just use the gold side of this.
Yes, it'll stand out a little bit more. And highlighter, I find, isn't like the easiest to stand out on these videos.
Yeah, I moved into my camera here.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think you can see mine.
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And then I like to do, which you could do the tip of your nose, or you could run it down the whole middle part of your nose and then add a little bit more to the end. Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm really feeling dewy right now.
Yeah, you don't want to go too crazy, so that's like the perfect amount on your nose. Another little place I like to add it is just on top of my Cupid's bow.
Oh, interesting.
So it'll give the illusion, and a little bit on my chin. There, see that?
Kind of just use the leftover, yeah. Ooh,
right?
We like big lips. We got a Kylie Jenner thing happening here.
Yes. I find by doing like just a little on the chin too, it kind of ties it all together, because you don't want any parts to be like, okay, that looks a little weird.
Yeah.
And if you are like naturally oily, you could skip the chin.
Okay.
Skip the chin.
That's probably a good idea.
Just a little on the forehead. Don't go too crazy, like above the brow.
Okay.
But you see, even like this side compared to this side looks a little different. Does anyone have any questions about this?
I don't think I've seen any come in. Everyone, maybe people are actually doing their own makeup.
Ah, I hope so.
Nope.
I hope so.
Okay, cool.
Okay, blush time.
Blush.
Don't be
So,
afraid.
okay, I'm so excited. So I never use blush. My mom's whole side of the family has red hair. So even though I'm a brunette, I have natural red pigments in my skin. So I have basically never used blush. This guy's been sitting around for quite a while. So do you use blush on, like, should I be afraid of blush? And then what about people who may have a darker skin tone?
Yeah.
Should they use blush? Tell us about that.
So yeah, I use blush on everybody. You can use different colors of blush in order to also feel comfortable. Like if you're not someone who really wears it, going with what you have, something a bit more on the coral end isn't going to be as intimidating as going something like more pink. Does that make sense? The whole purpose of blush is like, this looks really great in sun-kissed, but in a photo, I'm going to look a little flat. Does that make sense? So that when you add a blush, it's going to pull in a little bit more color to your face.
Okay.
And there's a million different colors out there, so it can suit any skin tone. If you are looking for something a bit more in the natural end, going a bit more towards like the corals, the peach-ish undertones, versus like, yeah, those hot, cool pinks, you'll feel a bit more comfortable for sure.
Okay. Okay.
So the one that I have, I think, is similar to yours. I'm not like loads of blush kind of girl. I like to just tap a little bit to give a little bit of color, and then that's about it. So what you do is a little smile, which I know feels awkward, but I take a little brush, do one side only, keep it like, don't go too crazy, just kind of tap it. Take the one side and just tap it in like that. Okay, I lost you for a second.
Oh my gosh, I had a minor heart attack. Okay, so we've tapped, and I have about this much on my brush.
Perfect. So do like a little tapping and bring it backward.
I am so scared.
So do a smile first, so that the apples of your cheeks are more prominent.
Okay.
And then tap it and bring it back. It's okay. It's okay. Keep going. Dust a little off on your hand if it's a bit too much. Yeah. There you go. And don't be afraid to go right here too.
I know, you can tell I'm like avoiding it. I'm like, no, like the plague.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding it like COVID.
It's okay. So
am I tapping or dragging? You're pulling. You're like dragging it, right?
Like I'm kind of like pushing.
Woo, Shannon.
You are glowing.
Oh my gosh. This is okay. Yeah. I like blush now. We like blush.
Isn't it nice?
Alive, dead.
So Shannon,
alive.
Actually, who just tuned in, she's the blush queen. She's always like, add more blush.
That's so funny.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Two other places I like to put blush that might be unexpected. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
I do, and just don't add any more. Just take whatever has been on your brush already from here. And I go a little in the center of my forehead, like center of my hairline, and a little on my nose. And that's it.
Okay, so
and that's it. Don't overkill it. And then nose, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So do you want to know the reason to that?
Yeah, of course. But tell us all the secrets.
Okay, so the purpose and why I like to do that is so that it feels like when someone's looking at you, their eye isn't just like, oh, okay, I see this. Like their eyes move around your whole face, and it's going to tie it all together.
Right. Okay. I love it. Okay, so
now
I
I'm
want
adding
to.
more blush. I
Yes,
was once afraid too. Don't worry.
Shannon's happy. I'm not gonna lie. I actually love the blush. This is really great. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I think I know anything else for the contouring part because I want to make sure we get to the lips.
I don't think so. Like I'm trying to keep it also easy. Um, you could always, if you wanted, if you're like, okay, I want to bump up that highlighter after that,
Mm-hmm.
just add a little bit more highlighter. What it could do if you're like, okay, I don't know how that's blending, throw on a little bit more highlighter. It'll actually blend it in.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference between the sides, right?
Right. Okay, love it.
I love it. That's a great color on you.
Oh my God. Well, when you showed, so Alyssa showed me yesterday this pink that I should be choosing, and I was like, what? So that I was like, okay, I have that pink. I'll try it.
Which it would have looked good on you too, but go with what you're comfortable with.
Right. Of
This
course.
is very complimentary. It's like a there, but not in your face.
So what color lipstick are you using?
Okay, so I kind of wanted to do something fun. So I am going to I'm going to go with like a corally pinky. Actually, this is pink. Pinky lip
Oh,
liner.
wow. Can you do that again? Put a bit higher up for our viewers. A little bit. There you go. Okay, that's super pink.
Don't mind my veiny hand. Are we doing liner?
Yeah, let's do some liner for sure.
And then I have this lipstick that I love. And it's pink.
I should have I don't have stuff like that. I'm just going with like this is called Really Me by MAC. It's kind of like a deep pink. So
yeah. Okay. The pink's not going to match my shirt, but it's okay. It'll lighten the mood. Okay. So the first thing to do, okay, are there any colors that should be avoided for someone with small lips?
Nice question.
So, okay, my answer might not be what you're hoping, but I think lipstick is something that is fun. It is something that's going to make you feel, it's going to make you feel something. So I think that you should play around and have fun with it. If you're worried about your lips looking small, line them and do that little trick how I showed with some some highlighter to just make them look a little bit larger, but stick with what you're comfortable with. But I think if you do a little bit of an outline, which I'll show, then I think you can really do any color.
Cool.
If you're worried and you're more comfortable, I think people with smaller lips tend to go more towards neutrals and something a little bit glossier or a little bit more like this isn't glossy, but it has like a sheen to it. That's going to make lips look bigger because it reflects the light. So maybe stick with something like that.
So not too matte.
Not too matte, exactly.
Okay.
So a trick that I like to do when I'm outlining my lips is I go on my lip line, but I go just on the outside of my lip line. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So like under here?
Yeah. So technically, do you see where it's a little bit lighter on you?
Yeah.
That's still your lip line. That's just the outside of it.
So not where the pink is. Like I can go, okay. So I just have, okay, cool. Am I normal?
Yeah. I think that people, when you, the first thing that you would kind of think of is say, okay, I'm going to go on the inside of the lip line, but I like to go on the outside to just bump it up.
So are we doing little strokes? Are we doing long stroke?
I like to start here. I kind of do little lines back and forth. And then I take it out. And then drag it in. Does that make sense? So that you don't, when you actually look up close, you don't have little lines. You can start with little lines and then do one big one. There we go. And don't forget about the corners.
So can you show me how far on the corner? How far in, am I going? I'm going in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, okay.
Yeah. Go right in that corner.
Okay. I would never stop sooner. Okay.
Yeah. So the purpose of going into the corner is so that when you have lipstick on, it doesn't like it doesn't look like it stops here and starts here. It looks just all in one. Yeah. There you go. Is that where you would normally draw them?
I went a little bit lower, actually, like
Yeah.
based on what you said.
Yeah.
Okay,
see how
cool.
it almost gives it like a contour, like it pops them out.
Contour. Love it.
So
going
it's
top?
the same. So the top, I like to start at the Cupid's bow.
I always love that like M shape.
Yeah. So draw like, go here like this. Do that M first, and then you can do the sides.
You look way better than me when you apply makeup. I'm like,
I'm like trying to see it. That's why I'm like, can I even see? It's different when you're doing it in a phone, eh?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And the other thing I like to do when that's done, you can sharpen up the bottom just a touch. Yeah.
Oh, Therapy Connections. Can't wait to see you after Therapy Connections. Yeah. I don't know your name.
Hopefully you're following along. Okay. So the last thing I do, but when I'm finishing off a liner look, is I actually take it in a little on the lip. I'm like trying to talk and do my lip same time. I still can't get over how dark my foundation is. Hitting the surface.
That's so funny.
What color are you using?
So I'm using Dervish by MAC.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Yeah. So it has a bit of a shine to it. That one has a bit of a shine.
Someone told me to pull in the lip liner before, and I think that may also help. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but as your lipstick starts to wear off, you've got the liner on there.
Exactly. So that's what I like to do, is bring it in quite a bit. Like, if the only spot you leave out is just the middle, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And the reason is realistically, like, if you're going to an event, you're going to be eating, you're going to be drinking, it will wear off, even if it is like a longer wear. But so hopefully it's just going to wear off in the middle, so you can just apply it. So you're not left like I've had it where, you know, you've looked in the mirror and been like, oh my God, why has anyone told me I have to adjust the lip liner?
I've had that with red lipstick, and you go to the washroom and I'm like, Mike, why didn't you tell me I look like a clown?
Yeah, that's not the best look. But we've all been there, so you're not alone. Okay, so then when you throw on your lip color, whatever it is, because we've done this, you don't really have to go crazy. I go just in the middle. And I'm actually like kind of patting it and dragging it like this.
Okay.
Almost like I'm blotting it, and then I go in.
It's so funny. Mine is actually, this color is actually more like a purple, and it's picking up pink in the video.
What color is that?
Really Me.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, it's like that. I just dotted it like my grandma. I just went like this.
That's what I did. But you know what? You don't need, because we've done the liner underneath, you don't need a lot. Because the more lipstick, then you have the chance of it getting on your teeth. It can wear off quicker. So if you blot it, it's like, you know, if you've seen your grandma like take a tissue and go to it, because it gets off that initial layer so that it lasts. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I didn't even put that much on because I was kind of dotting it. Like normally I would be like slap it on, but then I guess that's a little messy. So I put a little less like you did.
Yeah. And I find that way it lasts a little longer when it's on.
Love it. I can't wait. I'm totally going to sit here and do the other side of my face.
Yeah.
And then I'll post a picture.
Yes. But isn't it fun? Like you can see the difference between the sides, especially with
so great. I love it. I do have one question about this. So what happens? We've done our makeup and everything. What's a good tool or tip to correct putting too much on? Sorry,
Yeah.
that did not make any sense. How do you correct if you draw outside your lip line?
Oh, like if you've gone maybe a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Okay, good question. You could do, you could take a Q-tip and just kind of run it along. Another thing that I like to do, which I don't really have nails, but you can take a tissue. I'm just trying to see if I have one down here. Let me show you.
I think I know what you're doing. I don't have nails on either right now.
So if you take a tissue and wrap it around your finger, this is easier to do on yourself, especially if it's like a red lip or something. You can just like take your nail and just put it in to sharpen
Go
up
along the line.
Yeah. So those are two things. Q-tip, tissue. Like if you're out and about, this is the best way to do it. If you use a brush for concealer?
No, but I just learned about that I can use a brush now, like what you said for the foundation, which is cool.
Yeah, so if you have, like I would like to use something like this for concealer, you can take it and just sharpen it up with concealer as well.
Okay.
You just want to make sure it's blended, but that's more of like an at-home thing. This tissue trick works when you're out.
Okay.
So that's what I would say, especially for lips.
Yeah. Well, this was crazy. We're almost at an hour now. So thanks for everyone. Thank you everyone for hanging in there. But like Allyssa, I learned so many tips and tricks today. I hope oh my God. Yeah. Like I didn't even know. I literally probably bring my bronzer every day, like down to here. Like I'm not kidding. And like now look how much face I have.
Yeah. That's so common though, but you did such a good job. And you look amazing.
Well, it looks better in person, so I'll try to take a good picture and post it later.
Stand in front of like a big window and take a good selfie.
Okay.
And send me.
Does anybody have any questions before we go? I think
a few people just joined.
We're going to post this. I'm going to keep this on my feed. It'll stay on there for 24 hours for anyone who wants to watch it later. So
yeah, and if you have any questions, DM me. I'll give you some tips.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Allyssa. This was so great. Thank you.
Thank you. You're the best.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Stay home. Bye.
Bye.